Dire team ban.
Alright, hello and welcome everyone. Helium from FMVP Dota bringing you absolute Bedlam. Pretty cool tournament between NA teams and EU teams, and then the best of the NA teams and EU teams then play each other in the finals. I'm not sure how far along the tournament is at the moment, but tonight we've got GOTM City going up against Game Zone. So it looks like GOTM here with the first bans and the first pick, so they take out the Visage. They don't want to have to deal with an aggressive tri-lane. They don't want to be forced into either a very defensive style going against that Visage, or just don't want to be aggressive laned against as they pick up the Wisp here. So I'm talking about forcing a style of play. Wisp here picked up by GOTM City. Let's see if they're just holding on to it, do what they can with it, or if they go to pick the classic CK Wisp, Tiny. I've been seeing a lot of Wisp PA recently because of the Blink Tether. We'll see what they decide to go for, but GOTM City also taking out the Nyx Assassin, and then on the side of Game Zone, they take out the Bat Rider. Big surprise, I know. So Bat Rider going to be banned out this game. They take out the Lone Druid as well, so even with the armlet change to Lone Druid Spirit Bear, Game Zone still just not really wanting to deal with that. Don't want to have to work that hard to shut down an offlaner or a solo safe in that Lone Druid. And then Game Zone themselves, they're going to pick up the Jakiro here, so a really nice defensive support. AoE stun, Ice Path going to be great, some nice AoE damage early, and Liquid Fire even pretty good for pushing towers as the game gets going. So a pretty strong pick, could defensive, could aggro try with that, and they also pick up the Juggernaut. Going to be able to dodge any sort of burst from the Magic Burst early with that Blade Fury spin in lane. Also great for pushing as well with the Healing Ward, and everyone knows his ultimate is great at level 6. Well, maybe not so much 6. Really hits its stride around level 11 when you get those 6 jumps, 9 with Scepter. So Juggernaut pretty good there, but the bans are just going so fast. And Nature's Prophet, so Chicken MC, signature hero Nature's Prophet, going to be playing this game, and maybe even getting a little greedy with that max TP right there, Nature's Prophet and Wisp. Into some more of the bans. Game Zone, looks like they are going for a push-centric lineup as they do pick up the Luna. We see that they've banned out the Keeper of the Light, so his Illuminate, going to be a pain in the ass if you're pushing against towers early on in the game. Clockwork, same reason. Cog's going to be kind of annoying, but really that Rocket Flare is what it's called. Going to be pretty annoying. It pushes waves, can control creep. I can't say that. Control creep equilibrium pretty early on in the game. And then Rubik banned out here is a strong support, not wanting any of these spells stolen, I guess. Rubik also just a great support, would work very well with the Juggernaut Jakiro setup or Rubik Luna setup. Rubik generally a support who's pretty much just as good as the other person he's in lane with. Usually requires some bit of a setup for some damage like Leshrac, Lina, Jakiro, anything like that. And then Gyrocopter banned out as well. A good hero. He emerged into the scene a couple months ago as being a mid hero primarily, but now he's kind of transferred to the hard carry role. It's been like that for a while, so I'm sure everyone's aware. CMS supports occasionally, but banned out here probably as a potential support or mid. Just a lot of damage early on with the Lunar Blessing coming from Luna with that into the flat cannon. Hard to go aggressive against and hard to play in a defensive tri-lane if they took that gyro offensively. So probably a pretty good ban there by GOTM City. And it looks like it is indeed their turn to pick their fourth pick. We finally caught up. Drafts do tend to slow down by the time you get this far, and I'm glad they have. GOTM City, they go with the Magnus. He hasn't been getting as much play since the Bottle Crow nerf, but I still think he's a phenomenal mid. The RP is still good later in the game. It's nerfed a little bit earlier now as it only does about 50 damage, so if you don't land your Shockwave Skewer and RP's kind of a waste unless you've got teammates there to clean up that kill. But still going to be great in the late game. Again, still doing a little less damage, but 200 damage a little later on. Got some good early levels, Blink, Mana Boots. Still a playmaker is that Magnus, despite the Bottle Crow nerf. And it looks like it's Game Zone's turn to ban out the fifth hero here. Who are they going to take out? It looks like we've got a carry, got a mid, and a support. So tons of supports for Game Zone to ban out. If they're worried about any sort of push, I don't know how much setup there really is with the Wisp Tether. We'll see what they just go for here. Maybe even Avenge the Aura for PA pretty early. Nature's Prophet as well. We'll see what happens here. And I know I mentioned right when the draft is getting started, I've been seeing PA and Wisp picked up a lot. That Blink, or Phantom Strike, excuse me, right into the tether stun is really nice. Gives PA a lot more lockdown potential early on, especially as soon as she hits 6. Obviously, that's when Wisp and her go ganking anyways. Gets that crit, gets a stun. More chance to get a crit, and more chance to land all 4 of your attacks from Phantom Strike with max attack speed. The Game Zone, they're going to take out Lina. I'd say it's as good a ban as any. I would have said Lina or Leshrac to be taken out. And actually didn't even see, GOTM City took out the Shadow Demon, so they don't want to Wisp gank with someone and then have Wisp or someone be put under. It'll slow down the gank, reinforcements can come, someone could get left behind because the tether's not going to be up. Lots of bad things can go wrong. Another potential pickup that really hurts the Wisp combo, I think, is OD. Whew, I thought it kind of was OD. Sort of looks like OD, but not at all. Is OD, you can put him under for the same reason. But 2 really fast last picks. We got the Vengeful Spirit from Game Zone as their other support. So a bit of an aura strat here. Watch out for a level 1 Roche, perhaps. As I remember to switch my overlays. So there could be a level 1 Roche here from Game Zone. GOTM City, they pick up the Chen as well. So looking to be very defensive in the bot lane. I suppose there's a small chance Wisp PA go middle, but I highly doubt it. Most likely going to be in the bot lane. Chicken MC off or just jungling, sharing it with Chen. And then Chen helping his bot lane be very defensive. And here goes the smoke from Game Zone on the Dire. Looks like they're already heading into the Roche pit very early on. So if I realized it, I have to say GOTM has got to be on top of this. Looks like they're running there right away as well. Opting not to smoke. Roche won't go down that fast, but let's get into some introductions before we potentially have a clash at the Roche pit. So we've got KBK here playing that Jakiro. He bought a headdress just for this level 1 Roche, so a pretty big investment. No regen for lane, no consumables, so they've invested a lot into this level 1 Roche, and I kind of question that. Anyway, Dougie G here on the Juggernaut with a Bass, the same reason. Lots of regen here on the Beastmaster, who's about to die already. We've got KBM, Boink, BPMs, excuse me. So Boink here playing the Venge, and Luna being handled by Sigma. And we'll get to GOTM a little later. I know them pretty well, but some of you may not. It looks like they're here. They're contesting it. The Shockwave goes in, going to hit Dougie G. The Phantom Strike out on Sigma. Sigma getting pretty low. Very squishy is Luna. The Tether Stun isn't going to go off. Looks like First Blood will be drawn. Chicken MC going to pick that up. Corey now running away. Juggernaut. So Dougie G going to go down as well. 2 kills going the way of GOTM. One of those the First Blood. Orbin in a lot of trouble. Looks like he maybe will be the first death. The slow goes out onto Hot Dog, and then a Tether Stun from Chef Dota to try to save, but that was a pretty ballsy play early on. He's going to go down as well, so now it's 2 for 2. 3 for 2 going the way of GOTM, picking up 3 kills. Chicken MC picking up a double kill. This is the way you want to start your game on a Nature's Prophet, and it looks like they're going to have to back out of here. TP is coming into the mid lane already. Support backing him up. But anyway, a very nice start, especially for Chicken MC. He's a pretty renowned Nature's Prophet in the amateur slash pro amateur slash pro NA Dota scene. So look for him to get off to a pretty good start here. Already 700 gold. That's a Gloves of Haste. He can finish his Bass. He can jungle quickly with that into a Midas. So we'll see how that works out. And I know I've already called out a lot of names here already, but let's get into introducing as GZ is down here in this lane with all 5, looking for maybe another pickoff. It was going very poorly for them when it was 2-0, but they managed to get 2 rebuttal kills out of that. If we check the gold, that's weird. Check the gold graph out. It's going to be 350 gold advantage right now, 200 gold XP for GOTM. So it's not the biggest advantage. Really, the only thing coming into play is going to be that First Blood gold that went the way of GOTM. And finally, the introduction. So Chicken MC, off to a great start, playing that Nature's Prophet. Already got a Bass. He's going to be in this lane alone for a little while. We've got Orbit here. Oh, so it looks like they're just going for a 5-man push strat, actually. They would have rathered have the Roche, but kind of the lineup they built for. Maybe a little cheesy. I don't know if this is the best of series, but we'll see what happens here. Dougie G taking some damage, but the first tower goes down, and that's going to about even up the gold, as we see it dropping now. So anyway, Chicken MC trying to get this tower. Orbit going to be playing Magnus in that mid lane, also uncontested as a result of all this. Corey here on the carry, Phantom Assassin in the bot lane, being pushed against right now, so not be able to get any farm. And then we've got Lopert here on the Chen, jungling up as much as he can, trying to get some levels. And last but not least, finally we get the Chef Dota playing the Wisp as the push from GZ is still just coming full force. They're onto the tier 2 in the bot lane right now. If they can get this, then they might be able to just go back into the laning phase with the even advantage, if not, well, evened up, if not having an advantage going back into the laning phase. Chicken MC has yet to get this top tower by himself, down to about 500 health right now, as the tier 2 for GOTM going down right now. Who's going to get the last hit? Jakiro picks it up, so supports. He's almost got a mech at 2 minutes into the game as a support Jakiro, so I kind of questioned the decision to put that much into the Roche. And that fight didn't go great for them, but then they come in with this 5-man push into the bot lane, looking like straight G's. And they get 2 towers. They've almost got a support Jakiro with a mech at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so I'd have to say worth it. And looks like they're going to continue the 5-man. I'll be hesitant again. I don't know if I completely agree with this. Maybe just finding some farm now would have been the better idea. But perhaps kind of scared of the late game. It's always a risky venture to go into the late game versus Nature's Prophet, just because, you know, one mistake could cost you the game. Split push gets super annoying, and they don't have an amazing way to deal with that split push. I mean, if Jug or Luna go boosted travel early, but it looks like I don't even need to worry about that because they're just pushing in right here. Lopert with the Wild Wing, that's such a dumb name, Tornado. Looking to thwart the push a little bit. The healing ward, it's a pretty long cooldown at level 1, about a minute, exactly a minute at all levels. So they're forced to back off a little bit, maybe go heal up, maybe try for a Roche, as Roche never went down. Looks like maybe that's what they're going to do. But I think GOTM will be pretty wise to that. Let's see where their wards are. Game Zone with a nice ward here on the bot rune as well as on their side, so full coverage of that river if anyone tries to go through. Fairly defensive ward back here by GOTM on the Radiant, and then also both wards just being used in the bot lane because all 5 are down there early. And it looks like they might be able to get this Roche. It's still pretty hard for him. A little bit early on, Lopert's sends in the Wild Wing, takes out the healing ward, and I think right there, that's pretty much going to stop that Roche attempt. They're pretty dependent on that. So a nice little play there by Lopert to just say what's up. That Juggernaut's healing ward. They take it out. Lopert being told to back right now. And the 5-manning still continuing. Let's check into the net worth, or maybe even just the last hits. 26 last hits right now on the Nature's Prophet. So doing pretty well. He's got the highest net worth, 2,600. Jakiro somehow in second place. Maybe he scooped up those 2 kills. Let's check it out. He got 1 kill, 1 assist off that first fight, so maybe explaining why he's so rich. And he last hit the bottom 2 too. So feeling pretty good. Chicken MC 6 though. That ult kicked in. That did a lot of damage. Defensive ice path going out there from the Jakiro. Some people cornered up right now. Sigma a little cornered up. Lopert with a nice centaur stun. The sprout from Chicken MC. So Chicken MC TPs and picks up another assist off of that. Already has the Midas at 4 minutes, so as good as a mech is on a support, the Midas is probably just as good on Nature's Prophet at the 2-3 minute mark. So Chicken MC having a good game right now. 3,000 net worth as they pick off another, so now 5-2 in favor of GOTM. Back to the gold grass just to get a sense of this game right now. A 1,500 gold advantage right now for GOTM, as well as a 5,000 gold XP advantage, and obviously they have the XP advantage. They've been actually laning, so getting some solo XP as well as some split XP between 2 or 3. Lopert in the jungle, but wow, Dougie G doing a lot of damage. Lopert gonna go down, burst it up immediately. Dougie G may pay the price with his own life. They pick off Chicken MC, so a good pick off there. Looks like we got a buyback here by Lopert coming back into the fight. Test of Faith, level 2, I think that's 200 damage max. Yeah, so it's a pretty big nuke if you get lucky this early in the game, which is why I normally pick up 2 in that at level 3. Or 4 at the latest, but yeah. So Lopert doing that right, of course. He is a better Chen than I, as much as it hurts me to admit it. So I guess I'm number 2 Chen NA now. But anyways, Game Zone still pushing in full force right now. Let's see, check out their levels. Do they have any level 6s that they really need? Luna, not even close. Where's Luna at? Luna especially not even close. All the way in the bottom there, the lowest level in the game right now, just level 3. With at least XP towards level 4. Highest level for their team. Can I sort this by team? Yeah. Gonna be Jakiro at level 4, followed up by Venge. So the supports rolling in money right now. They gotta feel good about themselves. Now they have to rotate top to deal with Chicken MC's split pushing potential. That's gonna buy some space for Corey in the bot lane. If they don't get another pickoff on Chicken MC, he dies here. It's gonna delay his next Midas use. Let's see, 26 seconds about. 1 second cooldown, die, 27, 26 seconds. So a little bit of not full efficiency there with the Midas as a result of that death. Pretty far out. Obviously doesn't have a Shadow Blade for split pushing yet. I'm talking like he should. It's only 6 minutes into the game, let's not forget that. There's been quite a bit of action. It's 5-5 now. Everything evening out. Well, everything in the gold at least about even right now. XP, however, still a huge advantage. However, an advantage that isn't really shown on the graph is the amount of map control that GameZone is really getting right now. And I'd have to say, probably one of the big factors of why they're playing this style of game has got to be the Wisp pickup. If you take away all the team's map control and sort of force them into their base and they're blind, they don't know where you are, it's really hard for Wisp to gank as a result of that. And also, I don't know, level 4 7 minutes is actually pretty good on a Wisp, or any support for that matter. And GOTM taking a lot of their own map control. They've got one top, they've got one mid, and they're about to get the tier 2 mid. So that's 3 towers gone. That takes away a lot of the TP locations for the Dire jungle. So the Wisp gank will still have a lot of potential, but as I say that, GameZone, with their second tier 2, only one tier 2 remains, and that's going to be in the mid lane from GameZone. They're breaking high ground right now. The rest of GOTM still in the mid lane. Do they even have TPs? Chicken MC has one as well as the ability. Supports Wisp and Chen do not. So tier 3 tower taking some damage. Looks like Magnus is headed in. Not yet level 6 either. Just going to be level 5. So it's 5-man pushing. Definitely hurting the mid player. And maybe trying to get KBK there. He gets pretty low with the Phantom Strike. What is that called? Stifling Dagger. Wouldn't have guessed that. With the Stifling Dagger and Shockwave, but going to live and be just fine. Let's see. Hot Dog delivered on the Beastmaster. Already picked up the Mana Boots. Yeah, Dota 1. 3 Wraith Bands just for some early tank up and some quick damage, some attack speed as well on Sigma. So kind of a funny build, but I guess it does make sense in this regard of their strat. Just the early game. They don't want to take this late, and that's pretty apparent by the gameplay right now. Phase Boots, looks like Vlad's is in the works on Dougie G, so pretty smart there. Vengeful Spirit going to be really poor still. Jakiro has had that mech up for a while, as well as Mana Boots. And this is still going to be the first Roche. Roche has not yet dropped the Aegis to any team. And wow, Chicken MC is all doing a lot of damage right now. Orbit's there. He's finally level 6. And RP on anyone is really going to be good. Looks like he's going to get it on 2. Dougie G not taking any damage. He was Blade Feared up. Still going to be stunned. And now just a whole lot going on. Lopert caught out further in than he wants to be. Looks like he will be taken down. Doesn't have a heal, a mech. A heal or a mech anyways. Orbit also in quite a bit of trouble. Trying to get up the hill there, but Sigma going to take him out with a Lucent Beam. The Courier taking some damage too. Luckily it didn't go down. I don't know what it, maybe just delivered an urn or something to Chef. Chef Dota on the Wisp, potentially in trouble here. I hear some more Lucent Beams going off. Corey going to be able to TP out there away from the Venge. Couldn't quite get in there to get vision, TPing right at the entrance, so it's hard to walk in there and get the vision. So nice play there by Corey to TP out. Looks like Chicken MC, I saw him sitting behind the Roche pit a little bit. I don't really know how he got in there and got out, but he's back top lane. He's starting that push again into the tier 2. And everyone's such a low level on GOTM, you know, no one really higher than 8, I guess. Corey and Nature's Prophet, or Chicken MC, going to be 8, Orbit 6, Lopert 5, Wisp 4, and then 5, 5, 5, 4, 4. And normally, I don't think that the graph I have open now, or the bar graph, I suppose, of the levels is most important. But this game, I feel like it really is. The XP advantage really going to make a big difference this game. But Roche goes down, so they finally get that. Maybe that catches them up a little bit. Yeah, dipping right back down. So only a 2,500 XP advantage. Gold still right about even. And I don't know, I don't think GameZone has any intention of slowing the pace of this game down. They're just grouped up yet again, going straight down the middle. They've got a whole lot of health regen, mana boots on a couple, the mechanism already. Quick item check, I guess. So Corey's got phase drums on the PA. That's going to be pretty nice. The team fight won't be getting kited around. Still has the potential to get stunned and magic bursted. Wisp with an early urn, pretty nice. Lopert getting close to level 6 with his ult, as well as the mech. Orbit, it's got mana boots. Chicken MC almost to a Shadow Blade. We got a Vlad's, we got a mech, we've got the workings of a BKB/Ags, probably Ags, I would imagine, on the Beastmaster, and then nothing on Venge, and then I love it, 3 Wraith Bands on the Luna. So that takes care of how the builds are going. Switch this tab over to net worth. We can still see that Chicken MC and Corey are farming a little bit better, but now they've lost about all their map control. So in a bit of trouble at tier 3, taking some damage. The RP is still there though, so I think GOTM has big potential to win any engagement, especially going into their high ground. Swapped into the team, a bit of a misplay there by the Venge. Maybe burst down, but the heal goes off. The mech is already there. Looks like Orbit gonna live through that. Who dropped? Juggernaut goes down. He had the Aegis. Luna has to buy back. Corey going on Juggernaut. KBK in a lot of trouble. Now Dougie G trying to run out of here. Well, the tether's there. The blink strike in a couple seconds. Looks like it's going to be enough to stun him up. Dougie G is going to go down a second time, so 3 down. Trying to break the high ground. I don't believe GOTM lost anybody there. It doesn't look like they did, so I'd have to say that fight was a big fight for GZ to take this game. Had they got a Rax there, I'd have to say it would. I mean, I don't know. It's a big thing to say it would be over, but it would be really hard losing any Rax at 12 minutes. Just takes away a ton of farm, and they're a fairly farm-dependent team. Maybe a little less so with the Wisp supporting this PA with that stun up. Gonna be pretty nice, and maybe 1 level in Blur, then some stats for Corey. It's about all you need. The 20% evasion is usually enough, but let's see where they're going in the bot lane. They're going to go on Sigma. The Blink Strike's going to be there. The Urn Charge as well. There goes the dagger. Slowing him down. Looks like Sigma will go down here, so a little nice pick off, and immediately, as soon as Chef Dota hits 6, he might go down here, though. Yeah, he will die, so Corey going to be stranded. A buyback there by... Ooh, not Chef Dota. It's like Chicken MC got taken out, and I can't see where because he bought back already, so I can't find his dead body. I would assume it was somewhere in the top, or maybe where these supports are running through. Or actually, who killed him? Jakiro killed him. Yeah, so it looks like maybe it was here or in the base trying to take out... Oh, I can draw, can I? Probably there or around this area. Really good at drawing. As he was trying to make sure that Sigma died on the Luna. So maybe a bit of an aggressive play. Either way, a nice pick off there by the PA, and then a nice pick off for Game Zone on Chicken MC. As they're grouping up 5-man, they gotta break the base at this point in the game. They're falling too far behind in net worth. Let me switch that back to the normal sorting. So we see 2 heroes, Chicken MC, Corey, Nature's Prophet, PA leading that chart up. Jakiro here, the most farmed on his team. That signals a bit of a warning to me. That's not a great place to be in most cases, but in this game I guess it's a little different as he's got a lot of items right now, really helping out this push. And then we've seen Orbit, and then we got Dougie G, we got, I don't remember everyone's names, KBK, Hot Dog, darn it, and Sigma. Oh, nice 3-man RP though. Orbit blinking in right up the hill. Tether stun on quite a few, lots of damage, way behind the tier 3 now are KBK and Hot Dog in a lot of trouble. Dougie G goes in though. They immediately take out Corey. I don't know if he has a buyback. He does buyback. Orbit goes down, but Corey coming right back into this, giving it everything to save out this tier 3 tower. Even Chicken MC solo going to be tethered to, going to attack Sigma. Nice. You're getting a lot of health from the Urn Shard, I guess, onto Wisp through the tether, and then last hitting Sigma there. So it's a 5-man wipe. 3 go down for GOTM. Corey buys back on the PA. So I'd say, again, in that case, probably worth the buyback. They hold on to the tier 3 tower. It's getting lower and lower. It's almost in the deny range, but usually that's not a tower you really deny. So it looks like the mech and the mana boots, as well as level 8. So he's got the ult. He's got all the heal and mana he could want on a Chen right now. So doing pretty well given the circumstances of not really even having a jungle to jungle in this game. Vlad's phase working towards a drum is Dougie G. Hot Dog just tanking up again. Just a lot of bracers, a lot of cheap items to sort of just give an early game boost. But they're going to be in trouble if this game starts going later, if they can't break the base and get a pick off. We see Chicken MC, he's got the Shadow Blade up, he's jungling inside the jungle, he's farming up a Storm, he's the highest net worth. Checking to Corey, almost has the BKBs, about 1,000 gold away, going to be pretty big. The Blink Dagger is purchased on Orbit, probably was last fight, which led to a nice 3-man RP. Maybe caught Games out off guard just a little bit, so Orbit's got most of his key items, and I'd say both teams now with a lot of their key items. Minus sort of Luna and Beastmaster. Vange even almost with the Force Staff, keeping it at boots 1 right now instead of maybe getting treads. Just wants that Force Staff for some more mobility and getting pretty close to it. About, I can't do math, 350 gold away as it's 450 gold away. What am I, stupid? Anyway, tier 3 tower. Gonna go down here, maybe not. Fortify's popped up. It's in deny range now after that Liquid Fire dot. Chicken MC's ult, wow, doing a lot this game. Actually, a lot of team fight coming out of him. Boink throws a swap onto the Chen to get him out of position, but going to pay with his own life. Dougie G doing a lot of damage in that blade for you. Orbit going to run away. Chicken MC pretty low as well. Corey jumps in, gets immediately roared, macro fired, ice path, everything comboed up. Omni Slash used there as well. So Corey goes down. Not going to have buyback this time. Chef Dota again in a lot of trouble. Vengeful finally goes down. Surprised she lived that long. Lopert maybe in a bit of trouble. Gets his ult off finally. Corey already dead. Chef already dead. Maybe could ult it a little sooner, but anyway, doing the best he can. Chicken MC pretty low as well. The tower still stands. It goes down. Hot Dog delivered, literally, and took down that tower. Orbit in a lot of trouble now. The buyback from Chef Dota. Sigma pretty low. They gotta hold on to the racks here, or this could potentially be GG, or at least a hard game to come back from. And we'll show that Game Zone strat really paid off. A nice skewer back on Dougie G, who's rocking the sick Jakiro. Why do I keep mixing their names up? Juggernaut set. Hot Dog trying to TP out. Chicken MC finds him, but not much they can do. They can't really stun him out. The blink goes forward. Chef Dota coming in with Corey. Looks like they're going to pick off Boink again. Blinking into the tree. This is Corey picking up that kill. So 20-14 now is the score. We've been away from the graphs for a little while. The gold, which I would have expected, still in favor of GOTM. They've got pretty much the same amount of towers, 1, 2, or 3, but they've got 6 more kills. XP also still in their favor. So according to the graphs, GOTM in a bit of a lead. And I still feel like they are a little bit. They're only going to get stronger. As, you know, they keep winning these team fights despite Game Zone, you know, getting more traction on the map, taking out towers, you know, exposing the racks. But if you can't break that high ground again with this RP and some damage, the BKB is going to be out for this next engagement. Corey just going to farm that up pretty quick. Didn't even really touch on it, as this game's just been too action-packed and the draft was a freaking race. Corey's going to have Empower as well, so he does a ton of damage early without having a whole lot of items. Lots of move speed as well, even more move speed coming from the Tether of the Wisp. They're going to take less damage, not only because of Blur dodging right clicks, but also the overcharge. They're taking 5% less right now. Lopert, he's going to have a creep army finally built up. He's had a few here and there. I don't think he's ever had 3. Finally found himself with 2 Hell Barrels and a Wildkin. I never thought I'd call them that. 2 Ursa Warriors and a Wildkin. I guess I should just respect Valve and call them what they're called, but anyways, he smokes himself up, running back to the base, just wants to get there quick. I mean, whatever, you gotta do what you gotta do as a support. I wouldn't really say it's a waste of a smoke, because now he's back in the base, which is really the only place he needed to be. To take this fight, Orbit with DD, nice 3-man RP on the Luna. If she can't even get her Eclipse off here, it's going to be pretty big. Looks like she does finally get it off. Dougie G with the Blade Fury doing a lot. Sigma goes down, Orbit still alive. Chen heals coming into play right now. The mech and the ult going off. Corey, though, taken down again, so going to delay the BKB, but 3 down already right now for Game Zone. KBK going to find himself in a lot of trouble. And Jakiro stuck right now in the scrap by Chicken MC, going to go down as well. Orbit picks up a double kill. Lopert picks up a double kill. Looks like the Hellbears coming into play. And Game Zone knows that it's over. They gave it all they had. It was a pretty fun strat and a sick game to watch. But there's a reason, you know, just 5-man Dota every game. And it's sort of the answer to Wisp, but not always. Had they got the level 1 Roche, I think maybe that strat would have just won. That would have put him at a big XP advantage right away. Would have taken the early fights a little better instead of the early fights sort of going in GOTM's favor. But anyway, a very fast-paced game and a very short game that was fun to watch. Like to see more from Game Zone in the future. Again, this was the absolute Bedlam tournament. I don't really know much about it, so Google it, find it. I'm Helium from FMBP Dota. You can follow me at twitch.tv/FMBP Dota or youtube.com/FMBP Dota. I'm primarily casting CEVO right now, as well as Symphony Gaming. July 23rd and 25th, I'll be helping a friend out casting his Man Up 2.0 tournament, so subscribe and stay tuned to all of that. Here's your score screen. Congratulations, GOTM, with some pretty solid play. And shout out to Game Zone for just really giving it all with a ballsy strat. And see you guys next time. Bye.